Hey, what's up? My name is Kristen. In today's video, we're going to look through all the planners that I used in September and talk about how they worked or how they didn't work and what I'm going to keep doing and what I might stop doing. So if that sounds interesting to you, please make sure you're subscribed and I'll be right back. Okay, so here I have 3 Erin Condren life planners and then I have a day designer. I'm going to start with, so these are the 2 daily planners. I'm just going to put those off to the side. And then these here are, I've got a monthly planner and a weekly planner. Let's start with the Erin Condren Family Organizer book. This is a newer product that they just released recently. I don't think this is on the website right now. I think they are going to I don't know, they took it off the site and I think it's gonna come back at a later date for 2023. They did just launch the 2023 planners, and so it may be on there, and I probably should have looked this up before I started the video, but I don't know, I will put right here on the screen whether or not it's available as of when this video is being filmed. So let's flip to September, and this is where I was planning out my menu for the month, and I did that in August as well. In August I used stickers. This I just wrote in. This, I'm not gonna keep doing this. I thought this was a great idea. I thought what I was going to do was keep this open on my kitchen counter, like in a cookbook stand, and it just didn't work. It didn't matter. I'm not gonna keep doing this, and I just put my meal plan as it's a separate calendar in my Google Calendar. So that's been working for me much better. And if you watched my October menu plan video, I'll link it here. I did use a desk pad calendar. It was like an undated one, and I filled it in that way. And that's actually working out pretty well too. That just lives on my desk. So then I had here, I had set up the recurring schedule and this here, and actually, I think after I did this, I never looked at it again. So that's not really working for me. I never filled anything in here. We don't need the recurring schedule. He's actually decided not to continue with chess club, so that's not even there. It's really just tennis practice, and I don't need that. I don't need like a whole half sheet of a page to tell me that we have tennis practice every Monday through Friday. I don't habit track. We know this. These were some school-related dates that once I wrote them down, I never looked at them again, because guess what? I wrote them in my other planner. So I love the idea of it. I think if this was your only planner, that would be, or if this was my only planner, this would be great. But since I'm using other planners, it's just kind of not it. I don't know. We don't have extracurriculars that I needed to fill out here. This is where I was playing with some different weekly layouts with the, this planner has blank pages. It's got 4 blank lined pages, and I thought it would be a great way to use those pages would be to just do a week on 1 page kind of setup. And so I was playing with some ideas here. And I think I had settled on, I didn't do it in here, but you'll see it in October. So there's nothing here because I'm just not a memory planner, and nothing here. So this book kind of fizzled out a little bit, but I do plan on using it in October going forward. I've got sticky notes everywhere. I've got some things lined up for how I want to use it. I just kind of let it go for September, and that's okay because I didn't need it. So that's how I used that. I still want to keep using it, and I actually think this goes all the way through the end of 2023. No, it goes through the middle of 2023. I may keep using it. I am going to keep using it, but I have some different ideas, and that's kind of what I'm working on. The end of this year is seeing the best way that I could use this, and there's like a big scratch on here and it's distracting me. So that's, you know, that's how I used that one. Not that exciting, but this is how I used my weekly planner. You see this a lot. This is my, my Plan With Me video planner. So this was the first full month that I used this horizontal LifePlanner. This is a 7x9. All my books are 7x9. I don't have any A5. I just like the bigger size. So I had just used some Planner Kate stickers here, the color scheme, everything matched, and then just some other leftover stickers. And I liked that. That was just the first time I had used it, so I was just playing around with, you know, the layout and stuff. This was a rainbow layout inspired by one of my viewers who suggested I try a rainbow like no kit week, and I used some solid colored washi and then just a bunch of freebie samplers and just things that I had in my sticker book. And this was my son's birthday week, and yeah, I really liked this. I think this is where I figured out that I liked thin washi, and then you'll see that as we go on. So this was the next week. I was still figuring out how I wanted to use each day. You can see here that I kind of didn't have like the same layout each week, and it was just kind of all over the place. I used some thin washi here at the top, and that was one of the things that like really stuck out for me, that I enjoyed that little pop of just a tiny bit of deco. I had done like a tennis practice every day, but again, I don't need that reminder that it's every single day. So I think I just started doing, like here I had it on a habit tracker, but I didn't even track it, so there's really no point in it. But yeah, I don't know, it's really weird. Like there's other things that I know I do every Tuesday and Friday I film, so it's weird that I don't like seeing the reminder for tennis practice every day, but I don't care about seeing the reminder for other things that I know I do. I don't know. I don't know why I am the way I am. Whatever. So yeah, we had some cleaning checklists, laundry checklists. Here is the first time I did like a symmetrical, like where it was the same every day, whereas like in the past it was kind of like all over the place. Here I did all my checklists on the right side and all my like appointments or events on the left, and then dinners on the little like side box, and I liked that, and then I continued that. So I used the thin washi again, and in here I did, this was like most of these stickers were actually for a daily duo. They were just like a mishmash of stickers that happened to match, but they were things that I got in like misfit kits and stuff like that, like grab bags. So these little thin washi headers were actually like twice that length, and they were for the daily duo, and I just cut them in half. So like these were from one strip, these were for one strip, and so I cut them in half and just put them on the tops of these boxes, and I thought that was cute. I wouldn't purchase stickers for that purpose, but because I had them, I thought it looked all right. So yeah, I ended up liking how I used the checklists. I liked how, because I'm left-handed and the coil is here, I liked having the checklist over here off to the right because it gave me enough room to write. And that's where I actually write on the paper the most, is going to be on the to-do list. So it was nice to have it over here. And then that's it for that. I didn't do anything here. This actually goes with October. And I didn't do a monthly reflection yet. I think I'm gonna do that in my other planner. I think I'm gonna do my monthly reflection in my daily duo. So that's blank. So that was my horizontal life planner. This is a Franken-planned book. It's really weird. It's just a bunch of different, it's harmony neutral weekly pages and monthlies, and then there's some front matter that goes with the daily duo, and that's a mid-century circle theme. There's a lot of plum paper things I coiled in, and then some blank like dot grid pages. So this is like a really weird book, but it's my horizontal life planner. So that's how I use that. And then we have the daily duo. The daily duo has always been like my ride or die planner. I really love daily planning because my planning style is I plan with tasks mostly. I don't have a lot of like appointments and events that I do on a regular basis. I kind of just like to stay home as much as possible. I work for myself. I have started substitute teaching, but again, I don't need to put things pertaining to substituting in my planner, except for if I'm working that day. Like, I don't need to plan out tasks or anything, because as a substitute, you just do whatever the teacher has left for you to teach the class that day. So there's nothing to plan except for, that I'm actually working. And so I don't have a lot of appointment-based things. So to have a full day, a full page of, to-do room is great. And then if anything needs to happen at a certain time, I can put it on that side. So that's why daily planning has always worked the best for me. This is how I did the monthly spread, and this was on the channel. If you want to see that plan with me, I did this, and then I did the dashboard situation. This is becoming my favorite way to plan. Like, this was August and it's a little bit busy. September was very calm looking to me. There's a lot of white space. I like the monochrome style. I liked using, just the purple that was already printed on the page, instead of covering that up with like sticker kits and stuff. I really liked this, and that doing this made me realize that that's my planning style. Like, that's it for me. Maybe every now and then, if there's like a super cute kit or something, I will use like headers and stuff like that, but I really like using the cute colors that Erin Condren comes up with and just matching the stickers. And then this was these were the monthly sticker book. I think it was number 7. They just came out with the number 8 book that I still need to purchase. And I just used some little deco there and just some of the functionals, and I just think it turned out great and I love it. The same here, I was just using up some purple stickers that came from another kit and just functionals. These actually need to get transferred over to October. I like having blank space to put sticky notes to act as kind of like a dashboard. I had my to-do list here. I did transfer some of these things over to October. And I just really liked how that turned out. There's some things I didn't actually come back and check off, but they got done. So let me put these in October real quick, and just so that they're not in my hand anymore. And this plan with me is up on the channel as well. It's like a little, if you haven't watched that yet, you can go find that. That's the October plan with me. So, okay, so here are my daily pages for the month of September. And just the way I use my daily, I don't sticker it up. I might sticker it up for the weekends, and you'll see that. But mostly on a regular daily basis, I just open the book and I write stuff in. I like to put the weather in case I want to know if I need to make sure my kid brings his umbrella with him so that when he gets off the bus, he doesn't get drenched, that kind of thing. Dinner that day, I usually write in there. And if anything, I was writing like my son's bus schedule, but I've since stopped doing that. But mostly it's just a checklist. And what's great about this is that if some people don't like to use the daily planner because they don't think they have enough to put in it and they feel like they're wasting it. For me, it is not a waste. It's I do transfer a lot of this stuff to my phone, but I like to, when I think of something that needs to be done, I like to write it down immediately instead of going into my phone, because if I go into my phone, I am inundated with all kinds of other notifications and other things grab my attention when I'm on my phone, and then I'll forget about the thing that I was trying to write down. So if I do it this way and write it down, I won't forget, and then it's just better for me that way. So here I've got some other wrote stuff in, and I was sick that day, or that's what started. That was like the first day I realized I was sick. And so I wrote it down, and I just kind of wrote that I took medicine and what time I took it, because I always forget. This was the weekend, so if you've been around my channel for a while, you know I combine my weekends onto one page, and then so this is Saturday's page, and then I use Sunday's page as a week at a glance. So this was a weekend thing. I did check stuff off here, but I think I didn't come back and check stuff off here. I was still keeping track of being sick. And I didn't have a fever, but it was going up, like it had elevated. And so I think what happened was I was like kind of still feeling bad, and then it got worse, and then I just never came back and did anything. So this was my week at a glance, which I did over here on the Sunday page, and then I had my brain dump on this side. So this is just how I like to do my week at a glance. This is actually too busy for me, but I had the stickers, and so I'm trying to use up all my stickers. Looking at this now, it's like way too much. It's all just, I don't know, I don't like it. I love the stickers, they're beautiful, but this makes me feel like it's chaotic, and so that's kind of what I'm just learning about myself. Right now, I don't want to see all this, So just brain dump. I had another sticky note here for things I wanted to film this month or in September for a video that I wanted to put out in October, and that actually didn't happen. Just being sick and just stuff, it just didn't work out, and so I decided to just take that one thing off my plate and just not worry about it, and just to remove that stress instead of trying to pressure myself into making it happen. I just decided this is not going to happen this year. I can film another crockpot video at some other time, but it just didn't work. Here we go. So this is, I think, I was still sick these days. I was actually really sick these days, I think. Nothing happened. There was no school that day. Didn't write anything down. There you go. This, I think I had started feeling better. I know I didn't have a fever anymore because I did go out that day, and I would not have gone out if I had a fever. So, I just crossed things off whenever I decided not to do them. I moved things over. I put an arrow here to say that I moved them to the next day. I check off the things that are done. I had just made notes here that I needed to get some school supplies for my son. This was, I knew I needed to film that day. And this was a day that was my son, we had dentist appointments, and we had, my son had to go get a shot. And it was just a busy day that day. And I needed to film, and I only got to film one thing. The next day, this was my son's birthday. He went to school that day, and then that afternoon, I think he decided he didn't want to go out to eat for his birthday. I think we ended up he just wanted to play video games at home and just chill, and I think that's what we did. I put fend for yourself, and I think that's what happened. Okay, so then on the weekend, I combined it, and I was just using up some old stickers. This was the day that I actually hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you are one of those people, thank you so much. It just really made my day that day, just to see that there were 1,000 people that were interested in what I'm talking about here. So thank you so much for being here. And even if you haven't subscribed, if you're watching now, thanks for being here. And honestly, it's awesome. So this was just, this was the day of his birthday party, and then we just had a chill day this day, watching like the Formula One race and watching The Sandman on Netflix. I liked it. That was an interesting show. I can't wait to see more of that. Yeah. Here I did a week at a glance that was a little more calm. I liked it a little more. I don't think I would use these dots again, but I liked just using the highlighter there. I didn't end up writing anything on that page. Here we've got, this is where I started, instead of writing like what time my son was going to the bus and everything, I actually just started highlighting the amount of time he was going to be in school, because it gives me a visual for like how much time I have to do things before I need to come back home or wrap up filming or whatever it is. So there's that. And this was a sticky note that I had originally had on my monthly plan. And then whenever I wrote in that it was picture day or put the sticker in, I moved it over to the day that it was, and then it matched, so I just left it there instead of rewriting it again. I crossed some things off I didn't do, and I didn't end up filming any of that. This day was the day that I got approved for monetization. That was actually, the reason I even wrote that is because a lot of people wonder how long it takes to get monetized once you hit your 1,000 subscribers. So if you don't know, in order to get a portion of the ad revenue that plays on your videos, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours worth of watch time. Now, once you get to that threshold, then you can apply to YouTube to have your channel eligible for monetization, and then that's when you apply to YouTube, and then they look at your channel and make sure that you are, within their policies and whatnot, and then they approve it. Well, you also have to have your AdSense set up, which is just the program that Google and YouTube use to manage the ads and whatnot. Well, I have had that set up since like 2015, because I've been on social media and blogging and all that kind of stuff since then, and that was before YouTube had the new more recent changes on how they allow monetization. And so I was previously monetized before they came up with these new, the 1,000 subscriber mark. And so I already had most of that stuff done, and they just had to go through and just say, okay. And so for me, it only took a few days. Let's see. That was the 11th that I hit that mark. And then since it was already pretty much ready, by the 13th, they had approved me. I have heard that it takes, if you are new and you didn't already have AdSense and everything set up, I've heard it takes about a month. So if you're wondering, that's that. And if you want me to talk about any of this other kind of stuff about YouTube and affiliate stuff, anything like that, let me know, and I can try to make a video and just be really transparent about my intentions with that. Just let me know. It's not really planning related, so I wasn't sure if anyone was interested. So let's keep going. More lists as usual. I had just used a sticker here because I had it. I think I got that one from the back of the book here. I've been trying to do better about using the stickers that the planner comes with. I mean, it's part of what you pay for, and they're back here, and so I forget about them. A long time ago, I didn't want to use them because I didn't want to waste them, right? But I don't know, I've changed my view on that. So now I just don't use them because they don't look right with what I'm trying to do. But this was the little functional little flag that came from back here, and I just used it with another script I already had. and basically just lists. Here I didn't do anything, and then here I had started to make a weekend page, but I didn't. I had been sick for so long, on and off. So like my fever would go away and my symptoms would go away, and then it would come back. And then I was just exhausted. I don't know if I just didn't rest enough or what, but I couldn't do anything. I was just constantly like wanting to lay down. I didn't want to do anything. And it was just one of those things. I wasn't getting a lot done, but yeah, that's just life, I guess. This was a week at a glance that I made, and I actually really liked this a lot. Even though it was a lot of stickers, I tried to just do the stickers for like the backbone of the page, or like the skeleton, if you will, and then just wrote everything else in, instead of like here where I put everything on all different stickers and whatnot. I used the stickers to make the layout, and then I wrote everything in, and that worked a lot better for me. So having the week at a glance here was nice, and then breaking up my tasks into like categorized lists, that was like a game changer for me. I had already been doing that here with my dashboard with different types of lists. And I decided to do it for the week, and even though I didn't come back and check a lot of these off, it was really helpful for me to see exactly what I needed to be doing. I really liked that, and I'll probably continue to do that. And then here, I don't know what this was. I don't remember why I wrote that or why I drew that out. And obviously you can see I didn't use it. And then here I had sticky notes. So this is how, whenever I have when I'm like pre-planning, I'll put stuff on sticky notes, and then I just keep moving them. As I write stuff in permanently, I'll move the sticky note to another day. And these are all Erin Condren sticky notes, and these have been moved quite a few times, and they are still sticking. So I know a lot of people say that Erin Condren sticky notes don't work very well, but they have been working for me, like very much, and I will keep buying them. And actually, the Post-it sticky notes that I have left residue on things. So I don't know what is different, but I like the Erin Condren ones. And then here I didn't do any planning, and we'll get to why in a minute, but I just have all the sticky notes here still that I had moved. And then that's it for the end of September. The reason there's nothing in here is because I decided to start using my day designer. This book was gifted to me by the day designer for review and for sharing. I am a day designer affiliate. I am not an Erin Condren affiliate. I do have affiliate links, but that's just through a generic affiliate program. That's not an Erin Condren affiliate. Like you see people that are part of the EC squad and they get free stuff to review. That's not me. Anything Erin Condren I have, I purchased it with my money. This was gifted to me by the day designer. They reached out to me on Instagram. I did a review on this. It's on my channel if you're interested. And then I hadn't used it. So I reviewed it and I liked it and I thought it was really pretty and I was interested in using it. But because I was using this daily planner, I never really gave this a chance, and I was thinking about it one day and I was like, I really need to use this planner just so that I can have like an updated review. Like my initial review was just like my initial thoughts on it, and then I realized I hadn't been using it and I need to use it so that I can give you my honest opinion on things. So I started using it in September on a regular basis. There were a few times I used it throughout. You can see here through August I don't have anything really written. I made a note here, I was gonna research dentists closer to me, and then I never did. But so here I've got my monthly spread, and this was just something this was a sticky note, a Post-it brand sticky note that I got from Shine Sticker Studio, and it's just a monthly layout, and I wrote in September sub jobs because I finally got my substitute teaching thing figured out, and I was able to work a half day that week. Actually, I need to update that, but anyway, I didn't end up using it for that reason, but that's where it lives. So I just used the highlighter here to mark when my husband was in town, and just, you know, all the red is stuff that pertains to my son. I thought I might try to color code that way, and yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm a color coder. I just put like a little checklist here because like in the Erin Condren book, we have a dashboard where I can get kind of detailed on my to-do list. Well, in the Day Designer, you only have this, but then you have your checklist for each day. But these were just the generic things that I knew I needed to get done this month. And so, yeah, and there's things in here I need to check off anyway. So that was that, and I just colored that in with a highlighter. I don't know why. I think I was on the phone. So in my Day Designer, it's just my checklist. It's very much like my Daily Duo. Let me see if I did the same thing. I don't like to, okay, here we go. So this is both of these are Thursday, September 15th. And I think what I did was, this was the one I filled out that day, and then I went through and added stuff here so that I could see how I wanted to use it. I think that's what I back planned this. But you can see here the difference, or you can just compare how I used them. So this is a little bit bigger of a page. It's got a little bit more functionality with a spot to put in your dinners. There's some quotes on each day. I realized the other day, I never read these. They're there, there's a different one each day, but I realized one day, I looked at it and I was like, I don't think I've read that quote ever. Like, I've never read it as I'm planning, but there's a little thing here for gratitude. Oh wow, this was like a bad thing. So we were going to tennis, and I was at the light in my neighborhood. There's like a big like major like through street, and then there's like the side street that's like the main street in my neighborhood. And so I was at that light to turn left onto the main like throughway, and the light turned green, and I took my foot off the brake pedal, and then I always look both ways. Even if my light is green, I always look to see if traffic is still coming, and a car came barreling down that road. It's only 35 miles per hour there, but this car had to have been going at least 60, at least, like highway speeds for sure. Just blew through a red light, and it would have, if I would have just immediately started going instead of looking both ways, we would have, it was scary. Let me just tell you. It was definitely a bad situation. Like if inches away, that car never slowed down. I don't even know I don't even want to think of what would have happened. There's like a top 3 section here. And then you've got like your day, and it goes from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. whereas the Daily Duo goes 6 a.m. to 7. And then there's like a spot that you could do 8 o'clock, and for some reason they don't write that in. I have no idea why. I don't know. Has anyone ever gotten an answer why there's no time written in down here? Anyway, so this is how I used my Day Designer. I just used it as just literally what it's for. So the Day Designer tends to be, if you're not going to be super creative with your planning, of course you can, and of course you can do anything you want, but I think that this is just like bare bones. Like if you're just a pen only planner and you're not really interested in adding like washi and stickers, the Day Designer is really nice for that. And this is kind of the mood I've been in lately. I've just been in like I just don't have the mental energy for stickers and stuff, especially on my daily plans. So, I mean, you can see here I got a little creative and drew a YouTube play button for my video. But, you know, this is how I was doing things. I do like that the weekends are combined, and they have a little week at a glance at the bottom. So, like, that is perfect for me. I just have some, even though on the Saturday and Sunday, since it's combined, it's the schedule, I just make it a to-do list. That's super easy to do. And then, yeah, we just keep going on, and that's literally all it is. I highlight where my son goes to school, the hours that he's gone for school, and when I'm home. And I have my little to-do list on the side and spot for notes. And that's what I do. I did like the little bracket for the amount of time I thought it was going to take me to do things. Yeah, this was really handy. So this book is pretty big. You can see the difference here in how big it is. It doesn't fit where I keep my Erin Condren planners in my office. And so I had been keeping it on my, I have like a little antique like dresser table thing in my breakfast area where my purse and my keys and everything are. So I had this on there, and it was working and then it wasn't. I don't know. I'm still iffy on, I don't really have a spot to put this. The other issue with it is that it's hard to open and close. Like you can see right here, I can't, like, it's not something that, for me, it's like once it's open, you keep it open. I'm not always opening and closing it. This, the binding, you can see here, it's not like attached. It comes out. And I don't really even move this book a lot. It's just hard to, it's just not smooth. It's hard to handle. But I have this problem with every kind of planner that's got this kind of like chipboard cover. Even the Moxie Life planner is on like a coil like this, but it still doesn't open and close smooth because of that chipboard cover. For me, I don't know. And then this is today. So this is what, how I have been using it for the whole second half of the month of September. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep using this on the reg. I like it. It's great. I love the layout. I think what I want to do is, I want to use the daily undated planning pad, which I have, and I like the layout, and so, I don't know. The other thing, there's some quality issues I'm noticing, like the ruler it's a nice, like flexible, clear ruler. It's got gold printed on it, but it rubs off. So like this is from like the 0 to 1 inch mark, like half of this inch is just gone. And that's where I'm picking it up and pulling it in and out because you move it for every day. And that's where I'm doing that, and that's rubbing off. So that's not cool. And then also, if we go to the front of the book, there's a pocket here. And this pocket is falling off, and I don't really even use this. So this came off. You can see here, the glue just isn't sticking. It just unstuck itself. And that's kind of disappointing. I went ahead and pulled, once I started working again outside the home, I pulled all the payday stickers off to go put in the month, within the months, and to use these cute stickers that it came with. And I can't get them back in here because it's not, yeah, it just doesn't work.
Editing Kristen here. Between this segment and the one before it, I stepped away, and when I came back, I forgot to reattach my mic. So sorry about the audio, but you know, what can you do? Live and learn.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not super impressed with that. I don't know like why it did that. And there's no reason it should have done that. And so now I have to like glue this back down if I want to keep using it. I don't know, just kind of like meh about it. And I do really like this. I just don't think I like the coil. And I had said in my Q4 like planning update that I was going to use this as my daily planner, and I've decided not to. So we're not even in October yet. Today is the 30th. Tomorrow is October 1st. And I've already decided I don't want to use the planner that I said I was going to use for October, November, and December. It's just kind of more of a headache than it needs to be. it's too big. They do make this in a smaller size, so that's not their fault. I picked the bigger size, but that was a mistake on my part. I think I wanted the bigger size because I didn't want like the A5 size, which I can't remember if that's what their smaller size is or not. But because of that, it's too big for where I use my planner. And so I should have been better about what size I picked. But since I wasn't, it's still kind of inconvenient to use. So I do think I am going to go back to my Daily Duo. Plus, the Daily Duo is where I do like my monthly planning, and that's where like my main like brain dump to-do lists and stuff are. And so it just makes sense to have it all in the one book. But yeah, so I know this was longer than these videos usually are. I talked a lot about this book, but that is how I'm using, or how I used my planners functionally in the month of September, and how I think I'm going to use them going forward. So I'm not going to be using the Day Designer after all, and I'm going to be playing around with how I use these spreads in this family organizer book. And so that's not going to be like a consistent thing with these, but I think these two will still be the most consistent ones. The other thing is that the way I'm using the horizontal weekly planner is pretty much how I plan here. It's all just task based. And so I think I'm going to try to only use the horizontal planner unless I have like a super busy day. I want to try to use the rest of 2022 to figure out if I can just do everything in one book. Like, I think that's like the goal for me. I love planners, but I don't need 25 of them. I don't even need 4 of them. I don't need 2 of them. I'm thinking I might be able to just get away with using like a weekly layout, and then maybe a snap-in dashboard for like a daily to-do list, or even just the like I have a Day Designer daily undated pad that I can just write everything on if I need more space than this. I think that's just the season of life I'm in right now. With now that I'm working a lot more during the day, during the week, I don't think I need like as much of a task list, because I'm kind of pushing things off to the weekend now. But yeah, I don't know. That's just how it goes with once you figure out what works, and then life changes, and then you got to figure out a new thing. So that's why I don't really believe in planner peace, because as soon as you figure it out, life can change. So anyway, that's it. I'm going to stop rambling. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you really liked it, please consider subscribing. I do one of these videos every month, and I do other planning videos 3 times a week, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And so if you liked this video, you'll probably like some of the other videos on my channel. Anyhow, I hope to see you in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.